It's completely open, just like being fully exposed. Because it has been released as open source, people can modify it freely, and in the community it's like, now let's try to understand why the jailbreak is weak. Hello, this is Error. Regarding DeepSeek security, there is currently a significant issue. The issue keeps surfacing, and every time there's an evaluation, it fails to pass. Therefore, it's crucial we address this matter urgently and delve deeper into it. Since the source code has been made available for open use, it exacerbates the problem. The most prominent article discusses how DeepSeek's safety guardrails have failed. So what exactly did it fail at? Researchers threw a series of tests at the AI model, but it failed to pass them. If you look below, there are 50 well-known attack methods. What we commonly refer to as attacking an LLM usually means that this LLM AI model has safety measures in place, right? The safety guardrail is meant to serve as a protective barrier. However, it still permits the LNM to generate certain forbidden content. To put it simply, it can produce extremely racist remarks, sexually violent statements, or other types of harmful material. It can even provide dangerous instructions, such as how to construct a firearm. Unfortunately, the model failed all 50 safety tests. This involves researchers from Cisco and the University of Pennsylvania, as mentioned here. These individuals, who are experts in security research, conducted a series of tests and found that the AI model was unable to effectively block harmful content. This includes hate speech, bomb-making instructions, incitement, and a variety of other dangerous materials. The attack success rate means that if an attack is made, it will always succeed. But now, this has been resolved. So, what does it tell us when a 100% attack success rate is reported? It mentions a trade-off. This means safety and security are not well managed. This leads to inadequate investment and cheaper solutions. This information is shared by the vice president responsible for Cisco's AI software platform. However, it's not just Cisco we're talking about. A new technique for jailbreaking has been developed and applied. This comes from the research team at Palo Alto Networks Unit 42. You can see their findings highlighted here, right? Using a new technique called deceptive delight or bad recurred judge, it is possible to bypass DeepSeek's safety measures. They have created something new, and even though it struggles with well-known methods, the new ones are also easily breached. This was done for these two models, where V3 serves as the base model for creating R1, which is the most front-facing model. You can see it here, and based on this, they created the chain of thought for DeepSeek R1-0, which was then combined with the base model to create the R1 model. This is why there has been such a commotion since January 25th. Using this, you can perform activities such as data theft, keylogging, SQL injection, and a variety of other dangerous actions. Various evaluations were done. Interestingly, there's a part on making Molotov cocktails. For those who don't know, you'll get it when you see it. This is called a Molotov cocktail or firebomb. Making these is blocked in our country, but you can still find the instructions if you search. It can be output as text, but the LLM won't respond. They have secured methods like making a gun privately, but now these instructions are completely unguarded and accessible to anyone without any restrictions. If someone with malicious intent uses this information, it could result in extremely hazardous situations. Additionally, the chief technology officer of Qualys discovered that more than half of their jailbreak tests failed. In other words, the model is currently more exposed than ever before. DeepSeek R1 has garnered significant attention in the tech world. Quality Total AI conducted thorough tests and identified numerous critical issues. These problems include controversial topics, inconsistent data, harassment, hate speech, illegal activities, self-harm, and other sensitive subjects. The evaluations included issues like sexual and violent content. Out of 491 tests, 61% did not pass, and these results were made public. Additionally, DeepSeek's security vulnerabilities, particularly concerning cyber attacks, garnered significant attention. According to Security Week, researchers uncovered critical findings. To elaborate, it involves blocking techniques that could potentially expose DeepSeek's system instructions. Additionally, there's an analysis regarding the execution of a DDoS attack. These system instructions define how the AI model operates, responds, and makes recommendations. Normally, such information is kept confidential, but this method manages to uncover it. The LLM reveals information about its own creation. Recently, within the community, there have been attempts to bypass censorship by using terms like Xi Jinping and others. When prompted, the model would issue an apology saying, "I apologize for the error in my previous response," thus managing to evade censorship on negative comments about the Chinese Communist Party. It can be done or it can be connected directly, but let's set that aside for now. The fact that the basic system prompt of the LLM can be extracted is quite astonishing. This means it is really vulnerable. They call it an open model, but it's so open it's like it's completely exposed, revealing everything. In the Donna DeepSeek attack analysis, DDoS attacks were discussed, and this incident was severe. As you can see, since its release on January 25th and 26th, there have been continuous attacks. To put it simply, you may have heard of zombie PCs in DDoS attacks. This DeepSeek and the AI service provided online are operated with a server, right? But because it's a server, numerous clients, whether they're using smartphones or web pages, send their commands to the LLM for chat responses and then receive the corresponding answers. However, they intend to keep it running intensely. Reuters provided an in-depth report on the DeepSeek cyber and DDoS attacks, which were also discussed within the country. According to Kwon So-young from Yonhap News, Chinese media claimed that all attacks started in the United States. They said Americans were responsible for all the attacks. And Kim Yoon-jung from Korea Economic Daily summarized it. It was mainly a DDoS attack. This indiscriminate attack is known as a brute force attack. It involves various types of DDoS attacks. As you can see here, the application layer attack is commonly called a brute force attack. They aggressively send requests to a website or app. In this case, it's DeepSeek. This messaging service repeatedly sends requests, overwhelming the server's resources. The server struggles to handle the excessive number of requests, impacting the login page, authentication systems, or any APIs that need to be invoked, eventually causing the server to crash. Such attacks are typically referred to as application layer attacks. Moreover, there are elements like protocol layers and volumetric attacks, which I'll cover in a future discussion to avoid endless detail now. Both DDoS and Jailbreak present significant issues. DDoS attacks are designed to maliciously disrupt services, while the primary concern with Jailbreak lies in its open source availability, allowing individuals to freely modify it, thereby creating substantial risks. It could generate malicious code that crashes computers worldwide. As I mentioned, all Windows systems once crashed, grounding flights. Similar issues could arise. It can also create fake news or manipulated information. This can support highly malicious illegal activities, leading to many problems. Therefore, we can speculate why DeepSeek is vulnerable to jailbreaks. They mentioned that there appears to be a trade-off. Given that DeepSeek is a relatively new development, it probably hasn't had the chance to establish a comprehensive safety and security framework like Google or OpenAI. Consequently, it seems they released it without much thought towards filtering or safety protocols, possibly without any consideration at all. It was just released. DeepSeek is a reinforcement learning model. Previously, it used supervised fine-tuning. I mentioned RLHF, where humans provide direct feedback to improve safety measures. However, with the integration of reinforcement learning techniques, these safety aspects might not have been thoroughly addressed. As a result, even after testing all 50 cases, there remain vulnerabilities that are difficult to resolve, indicating a need for further advancement in these technologies. China is known for heavy censorship, but it's usually about the Communist Party and government policies. So they might have ignored these issues. Also, such safety measures can sometimes hinder performance. In the past, Google had issues generating images like racism, causing trouble. This is tied to performance. Blocking and circumventing these issues restricts the system. This leads to subpar performance. DeepSeek operates with full performance unlocked. Its safety measures are not fully established, which is worth considering.